quick episode recap. Tenjo Yuuya stepped in to save Princess Lexia from a monster in the other world, and quietly left after confirming her safety. She was unable to thank him, so Lexia decided to head back into the forest to search for Yuuya and share her appreciation, despite heavy protest from her guard. They face the attack of many fierce goblins, but Yuuya appears in the nick of time and easily takes care of the remaining monsters. While he was busy helping the knights, Lexia approaches him and requests he marry her, shocking everyone. Her knight interrupts, disapproving her decision, as she isn't being mindful of her position as a princess. They know nothing about him, but she insists it was love at first sight, and tells him to butt out. They continue to argue, but Yuuya interrupts and suggests they move to a safer location first, and invites them to his home nearby. The guard is dumbfounded anyone would willingly live in this forest, and is amazed to actually see a house in the middle of the woods. The knight then introduces himself as Owen, the captain of the Arcelia Knights. Lexia also formally introduces herself as the first princess of Arcelia, Lexia von Arcelia. Yuuya is shocked to find out that she's a princess, but Owen interjects to add that she's second in line for the throne. He becomes self-conscious of his behavior, but Owen reassures him it's alright, as it's not an official visit, and he has saved their lives before. Yuuya then also makes his introduction, and they infer he's not someone from their kingdom. Lexia fantasizes him being royalty from another country, but Owen worries Yuuya may be a spy instead. He informs Yuuya that they have been looking for him due to Lexia's insistence to thank the person who saved her. She's been constantly thinking about him since that day, and it reaffirmed her love for him, so she once again requests Yuuya to marry her. He gets overwhelmed by her proposal, and he thanks her for her feelings, but he feels it's too sudden to ask for marriage. Lexia gets inspired, referencing the romance novel she's read. She agrees that love can't be that simple, and must come with obstacles for it to be any fun. With that in mind, she asks to start as friends. He is hesitant at first, but he agrees to be her friend. Owen interrupts again to inform Yuuya that there is one other thing to discuss. The king has invited him to the royal palace to personally express his gratitude for saving his daughter. Yuuya is overwhelmed, but Owen replies that it's a royal decree, and he cannot ignore it. So Yuuya has no choice but to agree. According to Owen, it would take around 5 days, including travel, and Yuuya asks to delay the meeting till he's free. They don't mind at all, as they are the ones making unreasonable demands, and are willing to wait till he is ready. As they separate, Lexia declares that she will win his heart the next time they meet, and tells Yuuya to prepare himself. A distance away in the capital, a man reports his failure to kill Lexia to a masked man. They manage to separate her from her guards, but she and the assassins strayed into the forest, where they were killed by monsters. But he then questions how Lexia still lives, and tells the man there will be no second chances. He reveals his disfigured face, and we learn that he is the first prince. He vows vengeance on Lexia for what she's done to him. Back on Earth, Yuuya marks his calendar for May 5th, when he'll have audience with the king. He gets ready to formally start school at Osei Academy, and he attracts attention from the public as he walks there. Upon his arrival, the chairman congratulates his enrollment, and shares his hope that Yuuya would enjoy his life as a student. He is reintroduced to the class, and the friends he made greet him warmly. The scene shifts to gym class, and the boys are playing a fierce match of soccer. Yuuya's friend, Ryo, easily bypasses the other team's defense and scores a goal, earning cheers from the girls. Yuuya watches from the side, and is greatly impressed with Ryo's skills. His musings are interrupted by his classmate, Kazama Kaeta, who comes over to talk with him. She wonders why he's just watching, but Yuuya explains he doesn't have gym clothes yet. Back to Ryo, the opposing team surrounds him, but he casually passes the ball to his teammate, and eventually to Akira. Akira plans to use his special move, but he messes up and kicks the ball straight at Kaeta instead. While everyone is scared for her, Yuuya maneuvers to block the ball, and even makes a goal in the process. Everyone is shocked by his agility, but Yuuya is more worried about Kaeta, asking if she is alright. She is also shocked by the outcome, but quickly tells him she's fine. Akira rushes over to apologize, promising to be her eternal servant, but Kaeta gets a bit creeped out by his offer. Ryo backs up Akira, explaining that he's pretty quirky, but he's friendly overall. Akira then thanks Yuuya for helping, and formally introduces himself to him. Later, Kaori heads over to change for gym, but overhears everyone talking about how cool Yuuya was, likening him to a prince. Kaeta enthusiastically retells Yuuya's valiant tale, and the girls start to assume he likely already has a girlfriend, but both Kaori and Kaeta cut in, shouting it's not yet certain. While in class, Yuuya notices Kaori outside and waves at her, but suddenly a group of delinquents break into school on motorcycles and harass the students. The students gather by the windows to see the commotion outside, and some recognize the group as the Red Ogres, the most dangerous thug group in the area. The delinquents who used to bully Yuuya are a part of this group, and he notices them with his siblings in the distance. Kaori bravely questions the intentions of the group, and Yuuya's brother identifies her as the chairman's daughter. The siblings came to exact their revenge for looking down on them and accepting Yuuya into the school. Kaori threatens that the police will be here soon, but Yuuya's sister states they have plenty of time before the authorities arrive to do what they want. They plan to abduct her, and the thugs surround her. Yuuya wants to help, but he can't move his legs. He may have fought and overcome countless stronger monsters in the other world, but his heart still remembers past trauma from the delinquents. Watching his inner turmoil, his friends call out to him and worry, but he comes to his senses by slapping himself. He opens the window and jumps out, shocking everyone as it's the 4th floor. He lands unfazed, and charges through the group before coming face to face with his past school bully, Araki. He trash talks Yuuya and plans to put him in his place, but Yuuya easily evades the thugs and disarms them simultaneously. Araki attempts to hit him as well, but he quickly slips by him to reach Kaori, only to be stopped by a giant man. The man takes a sumo pose and rushes at him, but all it takes is one hand to stop him, and he is thrown to the ground. The thugs then clear a path for him to Kaori, and she is luckily unharmed. The head of the group then charges at them on his bike, and Yuuya dodges, but the wheel swerves to hit him and he jumps high up to avoid it. His inhumane feat distracts the boss into crashing his vehicle, and the resulting injuries knock him out. As usual, the authorities arrive after all the action ended, and the gang is arrested. Apparently school still hasn't ended yet, as the students are ushered back to their classes. Yuuya checks up on Kaori, but exhaustion suddenly hits her as she falls over, but Yuuya catches her in time for them to share an intimate moment together. Yuuya's brother insults the Red Ogre group as useless, and the boss starts to strangle him for causing their current situation. He plans to kill him, and kicks away the sister as she begs him to stop. Yuuya then steps in and separates them, but the boss charges at him again. He then uses his hockey ability to knock the man out with an intense glare. With everything now settled, his siblings ask why he stepped in when they caused him so much pain. Yuuya admits he hasn't forgiven them for everything, but he couldn't just abandon family. This moves the siblings as they break down and apologize to him. Afterwards, his friends join him, and Yuuya apologizes for what happened, but they are very impressed by his superhuman abilities and are glad that he is safe. Yuuya shares his thanks with everyone,